another band. All the Mars and cars now, with your baggy up. Light up my card with a sweet one blaze. Someone flicks me a baggy up. Say, oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah. It's a full strand, yeah. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah.
Yo.
Yes. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Crossroads in Boxing with myself, Eric, ERF, and my main man, Ricky. CJ might be joining us. We're not sure yet. We're just waiting for him. He may pop up.
Just turns up when he wants.
It turns up when he wants. But yeah, we've got a decent show tonight. Actually, I'm really buzzing about tonight's show. We're going to go through the Nathaniel Collins fight and the undercard through that. Ricky's going to go through that. I'm going to chime in on that because I can't quite remember too many of the. Hopefully, you can jog my memory and we can go through it. And then we're going to go through the card in Sheffield. Dave Allen going up in the world. Let's see what he can do and our thoughts on that. But before we get into it, let's go to our promo video for D-Rock Clothing. Yes. So last weekend, had Nathaniel Collins. Was he defending? I think there were.
No, it was for the European.
Oh, is it for the European? Yep. Versus Lorente, really good fight. Before we get to that main event, Ricky, do you want to go down the card and we can give our thoughts on what you made of the
fight? So the first fight on the show. By the way, I just want to comment on the really poor IT at the start of the show. Honest to God, like I thought they were never going to get going. They had cameras cutting in everywhere. Darren Barker and Barry Jones just stood on camera for about 10 minutes. Just like, whoa, what was doing?
It was kind of weird.
It kept cutting in and out, and then you had like the voice, like the narrator. In the background, you could hear him every now and again going through his notes and shuffling paper about. And I thought, not a great showing, is it? Like, well, I don't think they'll be rehiring those guys again for that stuff anyway.
Yeah.
But when the card got going, we had Hutchinson versus Jeffers first. This is Hutchinson's first fight in a year or so, and Jeffers' comeback fight from his loss down Noquel. Now, this fight was like an interesting one for me because Jeffers has always been the one that's like compared to Callum Simpson a little bit, like Callum's rival for quite a long time. People were saying that we're ducking Simpson were ducking Jeffers, and then he got beat in his last outing, and then this was time to show what he can do in a higher weight against a very skilled, very very good opponent in Willie Hutchinson. Hutchinson, he got beat unluckily by Joshua Boazzi not long back. Got dropped, got points deducted, and still managed a split decision loss, which was pretty impressive. Pretty. But
now, you know what? I want to chime in here. That was I don't know what those judges were watching, because I'm really convinced that they lost that fight. That fight, he did well not to get stopped, and that's the credit I'm giving him. He showed he's a tough man. But there was no way he was close to winning that fight.
I haven't seen the fight, so I just saw the result, and I'm thinking back now.
Yeah, no, I did it at the 505 watch party. It was one of the fights I commentated on, and I was gobsmacked. On commentary, I was saying like Josh could stop him. He should have stopped him probably in the 7th round. And what I was frustrated about was he's just not kicking into gear when he's got these guys hurt, Boazzi. and he did that. And when they read the scorecards out, I was like, I was a bit pissed about it because I thought, what the hell are you watching? But I also thought to myself, Boazzi kind of deserves that because you need to be finishing these guys when you're getting hurt. You're not going to the next gear. It's like he gets into third gear. When it's time to get into that fourth and fifth gear, Boazzi just doesn't seem to do it. And then his very next fight after that, which was Callum Smith, he did the exact same thing.
Yeah,
he was
very
really in
one-paced,
the fight. Went through gear 1, gear 2. Once he got to gear 3, and he was working. He got Callum in some bad situations, and he just wouldn't go gear 4. He just wouldn't step to it, and that's been one of my frustrations with Boazzi of late, and that were definitely a frustration in the Willie Hutchinson fight, which is why I don't understand why they gave a draw still, but that was one of the reasons where Boazzi just didn't step on it. He just sort of was working and let Willie get out of situations he shouldn't have got out of, and he could have stopped him. But yeah, go back to your thing. I just wanted to think on that
So
Hutchinson versus Boazzi fight.
So from the opening bell, it weren't like a quite normal typical feel-out process. It was very like they both were trying to dominate and get forward straight away. Their game plans, fast hands, Jeffers really quick hands, loads of head movement. Hutchinson looked like he was boxing really well. I felt like they were not giving Jeffers enough credit during the first few many rounds. I thought Jeffers were doing really well, and they just weren't. It was just all about how flat-footed he is, how he's got no power at that weight, and how Hutchinson. It was just all about Hutchinson this and Hutchinson that, and it was driving me crazy a little bit. But what I wrote down is obviously I got that he's flat-footed, but he's got very good head movement. He's got quick reflexes, had a good eye-catching shot. He had a good, strong third round, I thought, probably the round that he took. The body work, he did well. He did lead in with a backhand to the body, which is not the most advisable thing to do, but he did counteract that with the head movement. And yeah, but after the fifth round, I've got that he started struggling for a little bit with the pace. He started slowing down. He got a bit tired. And then Willie Hutchinson did really came on really strongly. Obviously, he had, for me, from the get-go, he had the better footwork. He looked different levels when he put his punches together, especially earlier on in the rounds. Like when he started whipping up those combos, he looked different levels, but he weren't doing it enough. He was still winning the rounds, but he didn't show enough of that. But he was fast, he was focused, and then after the fifth round, he upped the tempo even more, and then it was just that big right hand, and he put the finish on him. I felt a bit sorry for Jeffers, but I thought he did really well for himself, to be fair, at that weight.
Yeah, like I said to you, for some reason my mind went blank on what fights I saw on that card. But as soon as you mentioned Hutchinson versus Jeffers, my memory just sort of clicked back into gear. Yeah, it was a good fight. Hutchinson certainly showed his levels. He definitely showed his levels. You're right about when he was putting his shots together. Very good combinations. I think, like you said, the pace certainly got to Jeffers. I think after 3 rounds, going into the 4th round, you could see Jeffers. He like you mentioned about being flat-footed. He was really flat-footed. I think from round 4 onwards, there was no movement. Willie was doing whatever he wanted in there, to be honest with you. And I think he soon realized that Jeffers was sort of had no tank left and he could do whatever he wants. And he just, to be honest with you, it looked effortless for Hutchinson in there. It really did look effortless for him. Really good performance. The fight against, who did he fight? He beat Craig Richards. Really, really good performance against Craig Richards. He let his hands go. His footwork was on point. But I always had an issue with, from that fight, I noticed his gas tank sort of went after about 7 rounds. After 6, 7 rounds, his gas tank sort of went. Again in the Boazzi fight, after that fight, which was his very next fight, the same thing sort of happened. It was a really good competitive fight. You could tell Hutchinson belongs in that sort of level.
Yeah,
I think just fringe world level. I think he belongs there certainly. But yet again, in the Boatsi fight, his gas tank went. And that's where I thought Boatsi really should have stepped on him, but let him survive. Allowed Hutchinson to play about, fiddle about, and fight. You know what I mean? He's clever. He's really clever. But that Jeffers performance was a really good performance for somebody to prove someone's not on your level. That's what you need to do to them. And I think it was a perfect performance. Really, really good performance. Pinpoint, and to get the stoppage. And move on and get your name right back up there with the Buatsis. He says he wants a Buatsi rematch. To get your name right back up there, it's exactly what he needed to do, and it really good performance from him.
No, it was a really good performance. And like you said, I thought the rounds were competitive. I definitely thought Willie pretty much won every single round, if not every round. Maybe other than the third. I just thought like the commentators weren't giving Jeffers the credit that he probably deserves. No, they never do. No. The next one on the card, I believe, is the Regan Glackin and Louis Doherty fight, which was for the vacant British lightweight. Glackin, I think they're both undefeated at this point in their careers. 16-0 and 10-0. Doherty probably the underdog in this show, but definitely the more capable amateur-wise. And I just thought it was a top performance by Doherty. He absolutely negated and just took apart all of Glackin's confidence from that first round and first get-go, and he absolutely had his way with me. He boxed, he just heavy shots, heavy body shots, right hands were landing all night long. I think he got to the 10th round and I think the towel went in. I thought the stoppage I think it was the smart thing to do. It was one of those where the boxer kicked off, but he weren't winning the rounds. He was heavily down. He was taking punishment. It wasn't, in that 10th round, he wasn't like taking too many shots, but he'd already taken the damage earlier on. And he did say, if you don't show me something in this next round, that's it. And it just didn't show that well, entertaining from the get-go. They both had fast hands. They both looked like they were good boxers, but counter-punching and very quick and multiple shots and multitudes. And Doherty just had a better game plan on the night, and he was a better boxer on the night. And you could see it by the 10th round, he looked like he could go another fucking 20 because he looked that fit and that capable. He looked really good. To be fair, this card was a very entertaining card. It was a very good fight. It was a very good fight.
I didn't catch that one. I didn't catch that fight. So
watch it. Go back and watch it because it is a real good fight. But if you didn't catch it, we can move on. Then I think it came up with the John Joe Carrigan, which I think were a fight earlier on in the night, but they decided to air it maybe. I'm not too sure, but it was on the card anyway. This was pro debut. It was highly anticipated as one of the top rated talents of the future, along with Leo Atang and all those guys. He came out very, very cocky, very confident in his abilities. I thought he performed really well. I thought he had fast hands. He looked powerful in there. I just thought he was rushing his work a little bit. And you could see he was trying to impress. It's his debut. He's excited. It's what he's going to do. He ended up suffering a cut, which I thought he could have done without. And if he weren't rushing his work in and trying to get in too quickly and out, he might not have suffered that. He got caught with quite a few big shots as well, which I kind of, again, must be just pro debut nerves. But you can really see the talent and why people are excited about this kid, because it looks like he's got the world at his feet, and he could probably go all the way. But yeah, did you watch that one?
No. That last two I missed. I'm just seeing where else I caught up. As soon as you mentioned the name, I'll remember where I caught back up.
The next one after that is Aston Brown and Paul Kearn, which again was like they're both in the 30s. I think who was it? Not Kearn, the Aston Brown. He had, I think he might have had a bit of a layoff. He had some issues, but you know what I didn't like about him? I found him really weird from round one. He had his arm right down here, and he was leaning right forward with his head down.
He always does. That's how he fights. I've seen him before that, and he sort of got a guard like that.
Like that.
Yeah, like that. It's really, it's a strange one.
It's like the strangest guard I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. But it works for him. And again, Paul gave a good account on himself, but he got caught with some big shots. Aston Brown, obviously the bigger puncher in there.
Yeah.
Just laid waste to him, really. Just did a number on him, did an absolute demolition job. So it'll be interesting to see, because he was starting to call out big names. So it'll be interesting to see who he ends up getting put in with the future and how he handles that. But I think that was for the middleweight title. So I think what did he call that after that fight? He called somebody out.
Did he get? Was it a
Ben
stoppage this one? I missed this fight, but I'm sure I came in when as there was.
Yeah.
I came in. I think I tuned back in as they was doing the announcements. That they were doing interviews with him after, or whatever. That's where I came. I'm sure I came in after that fight.
They were calling out every Tom, Dick, and Harry after that fight anyway, and I just kind of think, like, you've won the middleweight Celtic title, fair enough, but whoever the British champion is it Liddard and Conway?
Yeah.
They were calling that. Them two definitely got called out, and there was somebody else. I can't remember off the top of my head. But it'll be interesting fights because he's entertaining. He's got a weird style, which people aren't going to train for that. So it will be an interesting watch. And again, I weren't too sure about old Paul Keenway, but he performed like well enough in the first round. But after that was just it. I think he laid waste to him at second. And then it's on to the main event, mate, really. Cristobal Lorente against Nathaniel Collins. I thought Nathaniel looked very good in the early stages of the fight. I thought he was boxing really well, putting his punches together, leading in with the reverse 1-2s, reverse combinations to get around that guard. You see him sort of tire a little bit, and that sixth round, fucking just laid waste to each other. And you think he's got him out, but then Lorente just keeps firing back, and then they're at each other. And then by the sixth round, they're both exhausted. The seventh round, you can sort of go either way, I think. But it was one of those where Lorente came stronger as the fight went on. Like, I think like the round maybe 9, 10, maybe the 8th. I think Lorente took those rounds maybe, but I don't think, in my personal opinion, I didn't score the fight, but like looking at Carl Frampton's scorecard, I kind of thought that's about right. I thought Nathaniel Collins did enough and did deserve to win that fight, especially on the earlier round. I thought he took most of the early rounds, took the 6, which were a big war. Now, Lorente did start figuring him out a little bit after, I think it was the 3rd round, where he starts, as Nathaniel's coming in, he starts like whipping his little shots, the little uppercuts, not hard shots, but scoring shots. And maybe that is what the judges were looking at, that we might not see it unless you like got the eye for it. But your fans might not see it happening, but you can see it happening. And that could have been what the judges preferred. But for me, I thought Nathaniel did enough to win the fight overall. But your thoughts?
Yeah, that's what I was searching for, how I scored it, because I didn't actually score it on the app. I put it in the group chat, so we're trying to find that conversation.
Yeah.
So obviously the result was a draw, a split draw, right? And it's one of those where when I watched the fight, I'm like you. It got to the end, and I thought Collins has done enough here to win it. He's done enough. The problem I have is I can see the draw from the judges simply because of the aesthetic of the fight. The first half of the fight, Collins sort of dominated, put his punches together really well. You can maybe give Lorente a round in there if you want, but not really.
It might have been the third round.
Maybe if you want, you can sort of give Lorente that. But then after that, I thought Lorente got the 7th round. I thought he just nicked the 7th round for me. You could have given that to Collins. Yeah, I've got 8th, 9th. I believe he won the 10th as well. I think Collins came back in the 11th. I think Collins came back later on in the 10th, but I felt like Lorente did really well in the 10th early. So I gave Lorente the 10th. I thought Collins did well in the 11th. I thought, right, Collins has got it back here, the 11th round. The 12th round, I thought Lorente won it, but I still had the Collins 7-5. I thought Collins won it 7-5. But like I said, I can't argue a draw. I think there was people in the group chat saying, "Oh, how I can't believe that's a massive robbery." And I was like, "I don't think it's a robbery. I thought it was a good fight, really good fight. I felt like Nathaniel did enough to win for me, but when you have one judge giving it to Llorente, I can't really complain. When you have one judge giving it a draw, I can't really complain. And when you have one judge giving it to Collins, I can't complain. It's one of them
I can
where
see the draw to a degree,
yeah,
but I can't see the Llorente win.
Yeah, I can definitely see the draw, but that's the problem. When you can see a draw, just swinging it by one more round to someone else, it's easily done. But like I said, I think the first half of the fight, Collins definitely dominated for me. The second half, Llorente changed up. He sort of worked out what Collins was doing, did really well the second half. I think Collins then for me nicked the
he used too much energy, didn't he? And that's it.
Yeah.
Collins.
But the 11th, yeah, he did. He used too much energy in the sixth. I think the 11th round, Collins sort of got a foothold back into it. And I felt like if he'd won the 12th round, I felt like there was no way they could say it was a draw. But the 12th round, Llorente came out and really didn't let him settle at all and went for it. So the draw, I'm not mad at it. I think the judging wasn't totally bad. It was one of them where in the second half of the fight, it's what the guy who's doing a lot of the work is Llorente, and Collins isn't doing what he's usually. Especially when you watch a fight you watch the first half of the fight, and one fight is so dominant. The second half, when the second half is completely different and it swings, it looks aesthetically, it looks like you're getting beat because you're no longer doing what you was doing. That like for 4 or 5 rounds straight, you was peppering him. You looked really good. In the 6th round, you looked like you was about to stop him. So when he comes out in the 7th round and it starts looking like you're tired and he's starting to do stuff and you're no longer getting them shots in, the rounds look completely swung the other way. Whereas sometimes it might not be like that. Collins is probably landing clean little shots, but it's the aesthetic of how it looks and how the fighters look. So I can understand it. Really good fight though. I'd like to see it again. I would like to see it again. I think it's the right thing to do for both fighters. I think Llorente certainly deserves, although I didn't think he won the fight, I think he deserves another big fight with Collins, and I think Collins obviously deserves. He felt like he won the fight. I think a lot of people did feel like he won the fight, but he'll want to correct that wrong. It's not a loss; it's a draw at the end of the day.
No, but to somebody like Collins, it'll feel like a loss, won't it?
Yeah, certainly.
Especially in his own back garden in Glasgow. He's there to put on a show. He's there to win the European belt, and he didn't quite do it. But come again, do you know what I mean? Like we said, let's get the rematch. They've got styles that match beautifully anyway, so you're always going to get an entertaining fight. And like Collins says, he's just turned around and said, well, next time I'm going to box his head off. So we'll see that, and we'll see it.
Big up Trey. Big up to the IBH crew. What's up, pal? Libster said, Rick, how does it feel getting closer to mid-30s? When is your birthday? Mine's next week.
Saturday. Mine's Saturday.
Yours is just before mine.
I'm just on the Alan and is it Makhmudov?
Yeah. Mine's on Tuesday.
Makhmudov,
Lib State feels amazing. 35 on Tuesday.
I feel good.
I feel peak.
I feel good, as Usyk would say.
Right, Saturdays. Before we get in... sorry. Yeah. Before we get into Saturdays, actually, in the title, I've got Eddie shows the money. What did you make of that promo? What did you make of it? What did you think? God,
I watched it.
You not watched it? Oh, come on, now, Ricky, you need to go watch that.
Is it like the interview thing where he sat down and it's?
Yeah,
I've seen snippets, but I ain't seen it. I thought he was on about the sale with Turkey Al Sheikh.
No. The Ben Whittaker signing with Matchroom.
Ah, right, yeah.
Ben Whittaker signing with Matchroom. This is like the worst kept secret in boxing that he was going to go there. But he should have been there in the first place. I never understood why Ben Whittaker signed with Boxer and Sky, because I remember after the Olympics, Eddie was parading this kid around. What's it called? What was it? It was the lockdown one in his HQ, Matchroom HQ. He was parading this kid around after the Olympics. He's at every event. I don't think he was at the AJ where there was like 1,000 people. There was only like 1,000 people there. He was everywhere. It's like, yeah, he's signing with Eddie. Then it came out, he signed with Ben Shalom and Boxer. And I was like, what? That made no sense. But
No.
better late than never. I believe that this is the right move. It's a really good move for British boxing. Really good move for British boxing because
good move for Ben Whittaker.
It's a great move for Ben Whittaker, but that means for British boxing, we've got someone Eddie is going to push on, like as a next British star now, because Ben Whittaker has all the components to be that star. He's got the components to be like the Eubank seniors, like the Nazis, like to capture people, capture the audience, and capture young kids as like young kids' imaginations of what he does in the ring, how he fights. And I hope he doesn't go away from how he fights because of the criticism of people not liking it. I know but boxing, it's an art, and not everybody can have the same style. And when you have that one different style to everybody else, and you also have the attributes of being a superstar, you have the look, you have the charisma, you have the gift of the gab, as they say. You have all of those. I think it's perfect, and Eddie Hearn and Matchroom is the perfect place for Ben Whittaker, and I think Eddie will push him, and I think the British public will turn and get back with Ben Whittaker. I think there's a lot of people turned off with the Cameron fight, the first fight, and everything. What happened with that? I think it turned quite a few people off, but I think this move with Eddie and how Eddie's going to promote him. I thought the promo video for announcing him with the "Show Me the Money" skit was perfect. I think I haven't seen anybody on Twitter or anything hating on it. Everybody seems to love it. They like the light-hearted nature in it, the funny thing about it. And I hope Ben Whittaker can start performing in the ring like he did against Cameron, which I picked he would stop Cameron. I felt like he would do second time round. And I think hopefully Eddie can get him the right fights in the right places, especially around England. He needs to get him headlining around England.
He needs to get him more active. He needs to be active. Yeah. You've got to think as well, like Ben Whittaker's 28 years old. So although he's not at the twilight end of his career, he's in the prime. These are his prime years now. So for me, it's about not necessarily looking for these Liam Cameron type fights now. He's been chin checked. He's been put under pressure, and he can fire back under pressure. Now it's time to start moving on, looking at these bigger fights and bigger opportunities in the future, especially with Queensberry, because I'm sure he's got all the light heavyweights anyway. So
I think
big fights out there.
Isn't Lyndon Arthur fighting for the European title? I think soon. I'm sure he's
and there's Anthony Yard who's fighting against. Is it Biv?
You've got Ben Whittaker right now. You've just beat Liam Cameron, who is British level fighter. Liam Cameron, you've just beat him. Lyndon Arthur, European fighter title. If he wins that European title, that is a 5v5. That will be on the 5 versus 5 Queensberry Matchroom. I think. I don't know if Arthur's still with Queensberry, but they can get him back. Queensberry seems to. Arthur just pops up on Queensberry whenever he feels like
it. Just does what he wants, doesn't he, Lyndon Arthur?
It seems. But I think that's the perfect next fight for Ben Whittaker. I don't think it'll be next. I think obviously he's going to have a showcase fight for signing.
They reckon they'll have a showcase fight at the end of the year.
Yeah, I think
it's a showcase, and then the big fights after that.
Oh, Yeah, no doubt it'll probably be a showcase in Birmingham or something like that. I'd have thought. I can't imagine him having a showcase fight on an undercard. How big of a signing this is, and if Eddie is saying this is going to be his next big world champion and superstar, I think he gives him a headline where this is announced. Ben Whittaker is announced, and this is where boxing's going. Trey says Whittaker versus Arthur would be a good move. Yeah, I agree. I think it is. I think that would be a perfect fight for him after a showcase fight. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that because I think that's a big signing for in British boxing as well. It's a fighter we can really. I felt like he belongs on the big stage anyway, and he should have been with Matchroom in the
And he
first
should
place.
already be there as well.
Yeah.
We've been pissing around with boxer for the past few years.
Yeah,
getting these half-ass fights, and it's really time to push him on now because, like, in agreement with yourself, he can be that guy. He's like you say, he's got everything that you need to be that the man, the face of Matchroom. So it is really time to push him on. And like what Trey's saying here, Eddie, there's no one better than Eddie to overhype and oversell absolutely fucking anybody because he could sell you some dog shit on the floor, make it look like gold.
Oh, honestly, Eddie can sell you anything, but when you've got somebody, a character like Ben Whittaker, selling him for Eddie, that will just be so easy for Eddie because it'll be
You'd sell
effortless.
your own dog back.
Say that again.
You'd sell your own dog back. Yeah, it would.
Right, let's move on to.
Let's move on. We're getting silly now.
Let's move on to Saturday's fights. First off, we've got Joe Hayden. Obviously, he's a Dave Allen fighter, trained and managed by. I don't think he's trained by Dave anymore, but managed by Dave anyway. He's back in action. Not sure who he's fighting yet, but just wanted to name.
Dragon.
Is that who he's fighting? Is that who we've got?
Yeah, 10 wins, 8 losses.
Yep.
It's just another tune-up fight for him, but again, it's another step in the direction for him. So,
yeah. After that, we've got Joe Arworth as well on the card. Who else? Connor Tudsbury. He's on the card, light heavyweight. He'll be God, sorry. He'll be looking for another knockout. We've got so who else we've got?
Ibrahim Suleiman. Seen him somewhere, I don't know where.
Ibrahim,
on the last show.
Did he not? Yeah, did he not fight? Yeah, he fought in the last show. I'm sure he did. Tall, got braids in.
Brian Phillips.
Yeah.
What show was that? That Ben Whittaker's show? No, Goliath 5. That's what I've seen.
Yeah. Hamza Uddin back in action again. Fighting Musin Kizuta. I expect Hamza Uddin to carry on his streak as a prospect.
On Boxrec, it's got him up against Paul Roberts.
Oh, they changed opponent.
Might be an opponent change. Whether yours is the more updated one or what, not sure.
Not sure. It probably yours is probably right because I've got a lot of TBCs on mine. So yours is probably up to date.
Then you've got Junaid Boston against Bilal Fawaz. I think
looking forward to this fight.
Fought before. I was watching an interview between these two guys. Is Fawaz not remind you of like some sort of wannabe Chris Eubank Senior with the way he talks and the way he like presenting himself? Have you seen the Face Off?
Yeah,
like very slow and tries to be very articulate in how he speaks. Do you know what I'm saying though?
Yeah, I do. But I just think Bilal winds Junaid up so much. I think Junaid Boston should win this fight. He should have won the first fight. Really,
wound me up when I was fucking watching Simpson against Thingy. Shut up, shouting. Fucking all you have is wow, hey, every time their fight landed a punch. Fucking hell. Getting me an headache.
Yeah. Junaid. Well, Junaid should have won the first fight. He got in there, and it turned out to be what he wasn't expecting. We got a draw. I felt like Junaid was probably lucky to get away with a draw. That first fight, he's looking to make it to make that wrong right, as we say.
Yeah.
And I expect a really good fight. I expect this possibly could be fight of the night. This fight could be fight of the night where it's back and forth.
I don't know. I don't
This
know.
could
I
be.
think the main event's the fight of the night for me.
No, I don't.
That's
The
gonna be back
reason why.
and forth.
Well, yeah, true. But we'll see. We'll see.
We will see. Yeah.
After that, we've got.
Do you know what? No, the co-main event could be the fight of the night because
I know.
Padley's unreal. Belotti's really good.
I know. I just
It's a
remembered. I
good
just looked down on my
fight.
card, and I just looked down on the card. And it's like, oh yeah, Padley versus Belotti.
It's a great fight. Great fight.
You've
Who
got
do you
Padley
fancy
moving
for that one?
down. Padley's moving down in weight, going down to 130 for this fight. This is going to be his new weight. Reece Belotti, obviously a veteran of British boxing.
I think that's where Reece has got a slight advantage. He's been fighting at that weight for quite a while.
Yes.
I know he lost his last fight, but with Padley going down, you don't know if it's his first fight. He might normally be at that weight anyway beforehand, but you don't know how he's going to take it, if the weight is going to be draining or if he's going to have the same energy level. So it'd be interesting to see. I don't know. Why has he gone down, Padley? Has there been any reasons why?
I think opportunities.
Chamberlain.
No, I think opportunities when it comes to European world level, because that 135 division is just, you're not going to get. He's already had the opportunity against Shakur. The belts are held up by Shakur. Tank ain't fighting anybody. Cruz is about to fight Mulataya for one belt. You've got Mason versus Abdullah Mason versus Sam Noakes is fighting for. So Padley, he's not a name yet. It makes sense. He can always move back up. But I think
this will set him in stone, won't it? This for people.
I think. I think 130 is the right move for his career. You don't have to rush. You can take the right fights. You now got a promoter. You're now a full-time pro. You can be moved correctly, and navigated through the British scene as well. Move through the British scene. You've got Reece Belotti's a big name to be beaten. I know, obviously, like you said, he lost his last fight, but how many times has Reece Belotti been counted out, and he turns up with a performance out of, and you think he's still got it because Belotti can punch. That's one thing we know. Belotti can punch. Good to the body, as well.
There's 15 knockouts in 20 wins. So there you go for that.
Say that again. You broke up a little bit.
It's 15 knockouts in 20 wins. So you can tell right there that he's got a good punch on him. He has been stopped 3 times though.
Yeah, he has. And like it's he's a veteran. He's a veteran. He's getting on now. At some point, Reece Belotti had retired at one point. He wasn't in boxing for a while. So he's come back. He's had his wins. He's had his losses. He's at the tail end of his career. It's a good win for Padley. The right stepping stone. If you could beat a tough, wily veteran, it puts you in good stead to move on.
I think promoters have been watching our show, by the way, because I've noticed from the past couple of shows I've been watching, and I've been moaning about too many 12-round fights on shows. And now all of a sudden you're seeing 6, 8s, 10s.
I've
and
noticed
then the last main event is a 12-rounder.
12-rounder.
A title fight might be a 12-rounder, but there's been a lot of 10s and 8s recently.
Well, that's what we want. That's what we've got. That's what we've got this for. It's a voice. It's our voice. You need to say.
Watching.
You need to, hey, listen. Someone's watching. Listen, we've got 30 people watching right now, so it is what it is.
Thank you, 30 people, but get in the fucking comments.
Yeah, they're all on Twitter. Everybody's just. It's easy to watch on Twitter, though. That's the thing. You can just thinking. But listen. You've got to say what you think in this game. If you don't, closed mouths don't get fed, as they say. You don't get anything done if you don't speak your mind.
No issue with my kids there because they never shut their mouths.
Right, main event. Main event.
Dave Allen,
What are you
Makhmudov.
saying? What
I'm saying,
David?
I'm going to put it on you right
Right.
now. I'm saying Dave Allen's going to win this fight.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know how.
I'm
thinking late. I'm thinking
everybody,
late
I'm set.
fight.
I'm set.
Maybe stoppage point.
I'm set.
I think it's stoppage.
Dave's stopping him.
10th.
8 or 9. 8 or 9. Dave is stopping him because
10th.
I have watched Makhmudov and I've been watching it, and Dave's a really good body puncher. Really, really good, and a hard body puncher at that.
Yeah.
A lot of people will be saying he needs to stay away from Makhmudov early. He needs to figure. On the inside, Dave Allen is a terrible fighter to fight on the inside. He's horrible. He uses his forearms, his shoulders,
he's rough, isn't he?
and he can also punch on the inside. He somehow he can be on the inside, but still leverage that big overhand right to come straight back down.
Yeah, it's a weird punch how he throws that, isn't it? It is like
crazy,
over, and he really
crazy
doesn't
weird
get
punch.
it like down on you as well. It's a very fucking. I hate to take that punch.
He's strong as well. I think a lot of people are thinking, "Oh, Dave's going to stay away from him early, and then he's going to." I don't think he'll stay away from him because
Dave's never stayed away from anybody.
Dave doesn't. Dave doesn't fight like that, and people need to realize, like, he likes to fight. You need to understand this man likes to actually fight. He doesn't mind the up and close. So I think their game plan is why he's maybe lost the weight or whatever. But I don't think he's lost as much weight as people think. I just think he's conditioned.
Nah.
He's just more conditioned than he's ever been. And this is what he'll need. I think the conditioning is what's going to win in this fight, because there will be a lot of grappling in this fight. There will be a lot of inside. But what it is for Dave to be able to punch on the inside, keep his hands moving on the inside, especially targeting the body, because Makhmudov will tire out. He will tire out in this fight. There's no way he's not going to tire out. He will
remember
tire
that
out.
situation where we had Dave? It was another Dave versus Goliath fight with David and Valuev, and it's just going to go that way. Like Makhmudov to me is Valuev, just not as good as probably as Valuev. I see Dave Allen doing not a number on him. I think that's unfair to say, and maybe I'm being biased because we're sort of from the same village, and I've seen like he's been in the gym, but I just expect him to be too much. I'm not saying, because I don't think Dave Allen's technically great. I don't think he is, but he's an hard man. He's got big punches. He's got a great resistance. His resistance keeps up with him as well, and people underestimate him all the time. I tell you what, though, did you watch the face-off when they're standing with each other, and then they start talking about what language they can speak? What the fuck are they on about?
Honestly, Dave, he's one of them people that's just he'll just start a random conversation about
he just made it awkward as fuck.
But
I can speak German.
I think Dave wins this fight. I don't think he goes for the knockout. I think the knockout will come late once Makhmudov really tires out. Dave will keep landing. What will happen is on the inside, it will be an inside. This fight won't be no boxing fight where there's jabs and straight rights and there's distance in between them. This fight will be on the inside. They'll be leaning. They'll be up against. It'll be up against the ropes. It won't look pretty. It won't look pretty. But what you will see is big shots landing from both men. Both men will land.
Yeah.
I don't believe Dave Allen's going to go into this fight and all of a sudden not get hit. Dave Allen gets hit. He doesn't mind getting hit. I don't know why, but he gets hit. So this will be a scruffy fight early. I think it will be a scruffy fight early on. But later on, once the pace really slows down, when Makhmudov's feet aren't moving, and it's really going to be Dave leaning on Makhmudov rather than Makhmudov leaning on Dave, which I think might happen early. I think early Makhmudov might be the one leaning on Dave and Dave up against the ropes. He'll be
trying to impose his size on Dave, won't he? The thing that what Makhmudov has got is size. but he's not going to have the speed advantage. He's definitely going to have a power advantage. I think he's a big, hard man, and he looks like a lumberjack. But I'm not going to lie, I haven't seen much of Makhmudov, and I don't know how active he's been because I didn't really know too much about him prior to this fight. If I'm honest, like I don't really know a great deal about him.
I saw him
Has he been
against.
avoided?
I saw him against Cabello. That was, I think, one of the first times I really watched him because it was on that Riyadh card, and
Stopped
you could,
against him.
yeah, you could,
I think I watched that fight.
yeah, you could see how Cabello stopped him. It was just pepper, body, just moving. Cabello's feet is really good as well, though. But once Makhmudov tires out, his shots, you can see him from a mile away. I think if Dave was
as good as Dave Allen's.
No, it's not. No, there's not many heavyweights. There's not many heavyweights now that has a better resume than Dave Allen. Dave's been in there with a lot of people. That he hasn't won the fights, but he's been in there. But yeah, I do think I think it's going to be a stoppage win for Dave Allen. I think this is how his story goes. I think this fight, he gets the Wilder fight. I think Wilder's supposed to be out in January. Wilder's saying. I think once he gets a win, I think the stars align and Dave Allen can have his swan song because I remember he's always wanted a Wilder fight. And I'd love that for him.
Yeah, well, Adam Smith on TalkSport speaking about him getting the Wilder fight if he did win this fight, sort of thing like that. Fight would be pretty much his. So it'll be interesting to see. After looking at like the resumes and things like that, I'm even more confident that Allen's going to beat him. If I'm honest,
I think it's the aesthetic. It's the aesthetic of what Makhmudov looks like. And to be fair, he did no, but he came into the game meaning to be like he was signed coming into pro boxing like he was meant to be some like the next big like guy, destroyer.
Didn't really take off.
No, it didn't. Also, I do want to mention I seen a tweet from somewhere that said it was a screenshot of Makhmudov saying that AJ's DM'd him saying that if he can beat Dave Allen, that he will fight him next year.
AJ kills him.
He does. He does, but I need to see AJ back in the ring. I'm fed up of hearing he's going to be back. He's going to be back.
Yeah, it's getting a bit like Tyson Fury, isn't it?
Yeah. Action going, AJ. Like, we need you to. We need a fight announcement at least. We need a fight announcement. We need a date. We need something. I'm fed up of these superstars not having dates and was just waiting around for them to. I get to watch football every single weekend, man.
It's Makhmudov beats Allen, and AJ will fight Makhmudov. Then why don't just AJ fight Allen if Allen wins Makhmudov?
Because Allen wants to fight Wilder.
Oh, well, we'll get more money fighting AJ.
He's also got a better chance of beating Wilder.
I think. You know what, mate? I think he'd do it. I think he would beat Wilder.
There you go. Hey, listen. If he beats Wilder, which one do you think is more possible? Beating Makhmudov and going straight to AJ. Beating Makhmudov, getting your dream fight. Wilder, beat Wilder. Where do you think AJ is? You can still get that AJ fight because we still know that we wanted AJ versus Wilder. You still wanted AJ versus Wilder till this day. So I need Dave to do a job. Every time you get us here, Dave. Listen to me, Dave. You get us here every time. This is the moment. Please, you've put in the hard work. We've seen the hard work. We've seen the videos. Please put in the performance and get Makhmudov out of there because I believe you can stop him. And let's go, Yorkshire. Soon we'll have another champion. I don't know what belt this is for. It's for Dave's belt anyway. Dave's got a belt.
I think prediction time then for the top 3 fights of the night. So let's go on the event. Quickly look. Junaid Boston versus Bilal Fawaz.
I think Junaid Boston boxes Bilal stays on the outside,
gets the
doesn't
points
exchange
win.
with him, and gets a points win.
Yeah, I'd go down the points win. Josh Padley versus Bellotti.
I don't know how much Belotti's got left. I really don't.
I'm thinking late stoppage again.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Padley.
trying to remember Padley's last fight. He did stop him. It was a stoppage, right? His last fight. I'm sure he stopped the.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Bellotti got stopped by Garner as well.
Belotti got So
Padley's
I'm
not
looking
known
at.
as a big puncher, but
He's also
power.
going down. He's
Yeah,
also
he
going
has got
down.
power.
And
he bombards.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a Padley stoppage, late stoppage. I'm gonna go with a Padley late stoppage on that one. Yep.
And then you've got the main event, which we both already said.
Yep, I've got Dave Allen to stop Arslanbek Makhmudov in the 8th or the 9th round.
Well, I'm gonna go 10th. Then I've got a fight that may have been overlooked quite a bit. Boots is out this weekend.
Yes, Boots versus Lima.
Yes,
Boots versus Lima. I don't know much about Lima. I've seen Lima fight once.
It's another
I've seen him fight once against McKenna. And McKenna stopped him, right? But this isn't about Lima. This is about Boots.
It's just another showcase fight for me.
The same way Madrimov, although it was for a belt, the Bud Madrimov fight, the same way that wasn't about Madrimov, that was about Bud moving up, and let's see what Bud's got at 154. I think this is the exact same thing. I think at the moment, everybody, because Bud's done what he's done, it seems to be the landscape of boxing has gone back to its usual state. You can't like both fighters anymore. Now, Bud or Boots. It seems because Boots, he's gone to that. But Bud is my favourite fighter. He has been for him, and Devon have been my favourite fighters for a long time. I like Boots. I'm not going to be one of those boxing fans who chooses between them. I think they're both on different paths. Look at Crawford. Crawford's 36 years old now, and now he's at the pinnacle of boxing. People are complaining, "Oh, who is Boots fighting? Who is this?" Boots is 27 years old. Yes, to a lot of people, it sounds. Oh yeah, 27. What the end? 27. He's already been a unified champion. He's 27, Buddy's 36, and Buddy's is just getting his credit for what he's done in his career. Because I remember when Bud was undisputed at 140, fighting at 147, and nobody was giving him credit for his undisputed run at 140. People were saying, "Who did he fight at 140 though? He didn't fight nobody at 140 for that undisputed run. It was a crap undisputed run." So I've been here. We've seen this cycle where people downplay a fighter's previous achievements because they're saying they can't beat a certain fighter. So this is about Boots. I'm hoping Boots can go out there, show out, get that stoppage, probably mid rounds, mid fight stoppage. I'd say 6 or 7, and show out and show your skill set. I like Boots. I want to see what he does. I think the whole Terence Crawford talk. There's no point in that. You're now at 154. Let's talk about fighting those champions at 154, those guys at 154, because 154 is a division that has a lot of names, and they need to start fighting each of them. Boots needs to put a stamp on, because if he goes through those names, I don't think anybody can deny that how good he is, because I believe he is good, very, very, very good.
Boots Ennis is gonna be one of the top boxers of the world, and his name is not quite up there yet with them all, but very soon. By the time he's 30, it will be. Whereas he's got 2 years, he's 28, so he's going to be up there very, very soon, if not in the next couple of fights. Libby, AJ's never been shit, ever.
Hipster, come on. We don't throw away our fighters. We don't do that. Fury, that's another story. That's just another story. But nah, we need AJ back. We need Fury back, and we need to see that fight. In all fairness, I
Yeah, we
want
do
that
need
fight.
to that
I
fight.
want that fight. That's the fight I
We
want.
deserve that fight as fans. It's
Jesus.
just another Kell Brook and fucking Amir Khan or Junior Whitman
Yeah,
Hatton. Just the fights we never got domestically
I
that we
know.
should have had.
It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating when it's like that. But yeah, that's I think that's the card. That's everything. Is there anything else you want to touch up on?
The only
Boxing
thing I
wise?
want to touch on is rest in peace to Arturo Gatti Jr.,
Jr. Yes.
who was found dead the other day, 16 years, I think it was, after his father passed away. Or something like that, I think it said. I can't remember.
16 years. Yeah, 16 years, and he was himself 17 years old. So yeah, this mental health is really, we touch up on it more or less weekly. We touch up on mental health, and you need to talk, people, especially guys. We need to talk
Yeah.
to each other, talk to your friends. There's places like Andy's Man's Club. I play for a charity in a charity football league on a Sunday. We've got a really good set of lads playing for my team. We're all just get out there just to be around people, talk to people, just safe spaces. That's where you need to get yourself and just speak. You just need to speak. That's the main thing, is talking.
There's so much to live for, and I understand that a lot of these people think people would be better off without them, but in reality, no, they wouldn't. And you don't see the remains. Once you've committed the act, that's it. You're gone. You don't see the repercussions of the actions that have been taken. I lost a friend when he was only, I think, 21 years old when he did that to himself, and seeing obviously his family, working with his brother. I worked with his brother, his older brother, and I spent a lot of time with him as a kid. It's not a great feeling, and there's so much to live for. So just talk, people. If you've got any issues, talk to us on here. If that helps you, we'll talk. No problem.
Yeah, get in the
Andy's
chat.
Man Club as well. But get in the chat and we will speak to you. No problem.
Yeah, we're gonna be more active on TikToks as well. We're gonna start putting
TikTok,
out
Twitters,
and stuff.
on Twitter.
Yeah,
I need to get more followers. Videos. I've got like 10 followers.
Nah, the TikTok is just really to just what I'm gonna start doing on TikTok is just whilst I'm at work, I'm gonna drop videos of just my thoughts really on certain fights or certain topics as I'm thinking of it, because there's so many times where I'm sat driving.
I was gonna do that, you know.
Yeah, I'm sat driving and I'm in my head and I'm thinking this, that. Oh, I'm listening to a podcast like The Boxing Voice or something, and I'm like, what are these people talking? And I have an opinion. I don't want to ring into anything about, but I'm gonna start. I'm just gonna start saying my thoughts, filming my thoughts, and posting them on TikTok. Straight after. I might. I might even do a live whilst I'm, whilst I'm at work or something. But yeah, I'm going to be more active on there, where it's just going to be my opinion. So you see more of my opinion rather than just on this show. It'll give you an idea of what kind of boxing fan I am, and who I like and dislike as well.
One.
But yeah, we will start tagging our TikToks and stuff on the streams
TikToks,
and in
Facebook and Twitters or X's.
Yeah, on the in the information of these videos as well. But like every week, thank you everyone. There's 40 people in here watching. Appreciate every single one of you. Libsto, what do you what are the last words from us? Don't make TikTok vids short. Yeah, 50 the 60-second one.
TikTok is the reason
minute ones.
Like every fucker has short attention spans.
Yeah. The I don't think my thoughts can go in 15 seconds. So yeah, I'll have to do short videos. That's why I said I'll do lives or something like that. I'll just sit and chat shit. But
you'd be like, 15-second videos. What do you think of this fight? Done.
But yeah, we won't make it long, Libster. Don't worry. It'll be about a minute long, but it'll just be
3 minutes.
little topics, just thoughts that I'm having at the time. Really, nothing planned. It'll just be off the cuff. I'll film myself, post it, and get in the comments. Give your opinion as well if you disagree, if you agree with me. But like I say every week, thank you everybody that's tuned in. Libster, Trey in the chat. Everyone on Twitter, get in the chat. Get on Facebook. Get on YouTube, sorry, and get in the chat. Get involved in the show.
Use them fuckers.
We want to hear your opinions. We can't, for some reason, or even on Twitter. Twitter, you should be able to talk. You should be able to chat as well. But
on Twitter.
yeah, but you a lot of lazy. You just want to listen. You don't want to get involved.
And
no, but we appreciate you listening.
Speaking of lazy, the next episode, Eric will remember what episode we're fucking on.
Listen, it's like where's Wally? We don't know.
He's here. Well, he's here.
But yeah, that's it from us this week, and we're out, people.
It's another band. All the Muslim cars now, whichever get up. Light up my card with a sweet one blaze. Someone flicks me a back body. Say, oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah. It's a full strand, yeah. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah.